So hello everyone, welcome to today's call. Let me fix this. There you go. Lesson 9, the magic word, the magic of attitude. All right, so let's start with gratitude. Please put into the chat box what you're grateful for, either now or a win that you had. So while you're doing that, let me check. I know that sometimes it takes a while to actually type into this depending on if you're using an iPad or a phone or a computer. Oh, Mary, I'm so grateful for having TIR in our lives. Wow, you're quick. You're good. Yeah, maybe you should do it like that for the next calls. Just type it right away. Joanne saying, win, manifested and sold my salon on Sunday. Wow, congratulations. We got to have a call. I want to hear more. That's awesome. Wow, I love. Oh, you know what, Joanne, this lesson is actually, perfect for what you just did, because Sandy is saying something in one of the slides that I've put that, well, anyway, I don't want to give it away, so I'll tell you later, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So Angelique, studying psycho-cybernetics. Oh, I love that book. Oh my goodness. And loving how powerful changing our self-image is. Yes, finally ready to really work on this once and for all. Beautiful. Yeah, me too. I've been studying it and I'm so excited to get to lesson 6 again because, there's so much I've been learning, experiencing, studying, and I wish I could put them all into this 1 hour, but I can't. But whenever I learn something new, I actually put it into the slides that's relevant. So the next time we go to lesson 6, we'll be talking more deeply about psycho-cybernetics, which is an incredible book. Okay, so Carmen says, I'm grateful for Stefan. Butterflies all over. Oh, wow. Okay, so you guys have been together for so many years. And it's just so beautiful to hear. It's like a whole new relationship. Ooh, wow. I'm so excited. Okay, so guys saying, I'm so grateful for spending 6 weeks with my incredible wife and Elise in the Philippines. Oh, thank you. Oh, I am so grateful for that too. Definitely. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so Adam, grateful for every awesome things that constantly appear in my life. Wow, I love that with the word constantly. It's just nonstop. We actually are supposed to live that way, that it just gets better and better, and we're being surprised with wonderful things. I mean, like, surprised, not surprised that things are going well for us, but some of the details are just a surprise of, we ask for something and we say that we want to be happy, for example, and then we vibrate that way, and then everything that makes us happy, things that we've forgotten that would make us happy, will just come. And that reminds me, because so I've told you that since January 1st, I've been writing 100 things down every day, all throughout the day, 100. Not in just one sitting, but all throughout the day, to keep me constantly in a grateful place, right? So, gosh, crazy things have been happening. For example, I saw my mom, and she had a necklace, and her necklace was a 10 grams gold, okay? And I thought, ooh, I remember that. I haven't seen that in a while. Like, I'd love to have one like that. And then, my dad went to the bank the next day. He just had to do some stuff and went into the vault, or whatever you call that. And he came home with something in his pocket, and he goes like, look at this. And it was 5 grams gold. He said, this is for you. Your auntie has given this when you were born. And I mean, wow, what's the next day? And I've been wanting to design my own jewelry, but I'm just so blown away by, I don't know how, I know how the laws work, but still I'm blown away by what's been happening. That, if you are constantly in a grateful mind, I just know that these things are happening because I've been writing down 100 things that I'm grateful for. These things just happen. Okay, so what else do we have here? Mary asked me what cybernetics book to buy. How about you share, Hildy? Psycho-Cybernetics. It's called Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. Okay, wait. Could you please mute yourself? I don't know who it is. Thank you. Carmen, almost 13. Yes, like you said, a new relationship. Wow, 13 years and a new relationship. That's awesome. Wow. Okay. Wonderful.
Hildy?
Yeah.
Hildy, I was the first one to put it in, the eager student putting it in before 11 o'clock. Did you not see it?
No, I didn't see it.
It's the first one. It's the first one.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell me, what are you grateful for? Oh, is it still there? Wait, I didn't see it. No, it sounds scary. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm so grateful for my mastermind, my continuous learning and changing my inner world, becoming better and better at visualizing and designing my future, living from the end result. And I love my Tuesdays. Thank you, Hildy.
Wow. Beautiful. Wow. And you're going to build a life from that platform now. You'll never ever go back. From there, you're just going to get higher and higher. That's awesome. Yes. Thank you, Gabriella. All right. Let's continue. I know that Mary has a question. Mary, you know what? WhatsApp was striking on me just now. So what was your question again? Could you please remind me?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My question was, how can we violate other people with the law of attraction?
Okay, so what makes you ask that?
Because I was listening on the MP3 and on lesson 5, Bob were going through the your faculties, and he mentioned that we could do stuff without violating other people.
Oh, what?
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, first of all, we actually cannot violate other people. Because that's weird that he says that, because okay, so we actually, okay, I'm wondering why he said that, but we cannot violate other people in the sense that we all get what we're vibrating. So now, to the extreme that, you know, the one that is murdered was vibrating in a way that that person was murdered, and the one who wanted to murder, you know, they found each other. I mean, I really wanted to be that extreme for my example here, because no one is ever a victim, even it's about, you know, that case. So, but what I believe he's just emphasizing. So again, we actually cannot violate others, because we all vibrate, and we get back what we vibrate. It's just a law. But I think what he's trying to say here is that we can get whatever it is that we want without stepping on other people's toes. Like, the pie is not limited, it's unlimited. So just to translate it, for example, somebody is in your team and went into another team or whatever, or, you know, there is an unlimited resource, and you don't need that person in your team for you to succeed. Just let that person go, blessing that person to its highest good, understanding that something better will come into your life because you just weren't a vibrational match anymore.
Right, yes, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I think, yeah, so you understood the difference, yeah? I mean, that we actually cannot violate other people, but what he's trying to emphasize is that there is an unlimited resource. Yeah?
Okay, yeah, okay. Brilliant. Right. Thank you, Hildy.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay,
thank
any
you.
Other questions? Just put it in the chat box if you have any other questions, okay? And let's go through lesson 9 now. So, okay, because repetition is the key, right? The 4 things that I said are new. I said this last week. I'll ask questions, so you can type in your questions in the chat box. I won't do this every time, but when I do ask questions, I'd love you to type it into the chat box. And then pay attention to the calls. It's so important, because it could be just one sentence that you hear that will change you for the rest of your life, okay? Have a TR notebook for the calls. And again, to emphasize this, because writing causes thinking. And also, I love it when I write, when, you know, like Bob talks about something and I make notes. then I can just go back to the notes. And again, just one sentence that I wasn't ready to hear then, I may be ready to hear when I look back at it. So it's so powerful. You'll understand the power of this when you've done it. So application of what we learn. So it's not just about the knowing and the conscious mind. We really need to apply it so that it becomes integrated into who we are in every cell of our body, and that the motions and the actions that we do are just automatic because we've applied it. I mean, we could either play basketball in our heads, but we could also play basketball in our heads and also use the ball and actually shoot. Okay. There was actually an interesting experiment on that. I don't know if I've ever told you this, but when I was a teenager, I heard it for the first time and thought, wow, that's amazing. So they took a group of people and they made an experiment. Some of them were shooting the hoops physically, and some of them weren't touching the ball at all. They were just shooting the hoops in their minds. I cannot remember 100% what the percentage was, but the percentage of the ones that actually didn't touch the ball was very, very high when they did touch the ball and shoot into those hoops. So the mind is really extremely powerful, and more powerful than, the body just trying to do something without you programming yourself to do it. Okay, so in the participant's guide, page 136, it says, we encourage you to give this lesson serious attention because it can change your results faster and more dramatically than anything else. Now, something like that always gets my attention, so let's dig into it. Understanding the mind-body discipline. You need to understand how the conscious and the subconscious mind work and how they work in relationship with one another and the body. Now, the question is, can you give a 5-minute talk on this? Again, because you need to understand the conscious, subconscious, and the body, how they work together in harmony so that we understand the law, so that we can get any result we want. Can you give a 5-minute talk on this topic in a way that others will understand it and actually be able to apply it, and therefore their lives will change? So that is just my question. You don't have to answer this, okay? But it's just my question to you, because that's something that is worth working on if you want to be a leader, okay? So the next lesson will be about leadership. Because if people understand how to do this attitude, if people understand attitude, you will be an amazing leader with a big, 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 evolved and also, what's the word? So everybody will just know what to do. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so Khalil Gibran said, your living is determined not so much by what life brings to you as by the attitude you bring to life. Not so much by what happens to you as by the way your mind looks at what happens. Now, this is rather interesting because some people will just take it the way it is. But if you really dig deep into it, when life has already brought you something, which you will have a response to, I hope a response, not a reaction, then you've already created it, because life does not throw balls at you, as some people would say. And I find it so funny when they say, when life throws, what was that, lemons at you, make lemonade or something like that. I mean, yes, of course, sure. I mean, make lemonade, make use of what you've got and make the best of it, yes. But if you don't like lemonade, lemonade doesn't have to come your way, because you are in control of what comes to you. Now, depending on how long you've been working on your mind and how long you've been creating your reality deliberately, so the word is deliberately, because you've been creating your reality from the day you were born, right? But deliberately, with your knowledge, with your knowing, with your understanding, only good things come to you. It's so funny because I don't even know what the masses are thinking anymore. I noticed that when I was doing the slides today. It's just really weird to me. Everybody in my vicinity just know this stuff. Like, yeah. Okay, so how do you like this idea? Okay, if we live in a certain way, success is guaranteed. Now, wow. I mean, like with everything else that we do or come across, it's always, we won't take responsibility for whatever you get kind of thing, right? So, but there is actually a way to live a certain way where success is guaranteed. That is a big, big, big claim by Earl Nightingale. But he knows exactly what he means, because he lived it. He gave us evidence, and Bob lived it. There's evidence. Success is guaranteed. Wow. Just, thinking about it, saying it out loud, I get really, really excited. Success is guaranteed. Just like the next breath that I'm going to have, it's guaranteed. So let's go back to a worksheet review, lesson 8, the power of praxis, because that lesson ties into this one. What are some beliefs that are preventing you from achieving your goals? This is so important that you need to think about your beliefs, because whatever it is that you believe is what creates your reality. So you have to examine those beliefs. And then you have to change them if you want to change your results. But first you have to know them in order to change them. So what are some beliefs that are preventing you from achieving your goal? What is a more empowering and supportive belief? Really, really take time to think about this. And also, you have to have a worthy ideal, a worthy goal, a C-type goal you're really excited about. You're trading your life for whatever it is you're doing right now. So you might as well trade it for something that you really, really want, the life that you want. And the way you can actually live the life that you want, you have to do certain things for success to be guaranteed. One of them is to examine those beliefs and then change them. And another one is attitudes. And that's what we're talking about today, attitude. But the power of praxis is about aligning our beliefs with our behavior. Now, when I first read that, I was like, what does that mean? Aligning our beliefs with our behavior. I just couldn't wrap my head around what that means. But now I just know that I choose my goal, my C-type goal, and then ask myself, are my beliefs in harmony? Meaning, are they in favor? These beliefs, are they in favor for me to actually accomplish that goal? Or are my beliefs something that makes me not accomplish them? So first of all, again, your goal, you have to be clear about your goal. If you don't have a goal, then you have nothing to shoot at. You have no star to shoot at. So be clear about your goal. That's why in the participants guide, after every lesson, it tells you the 3 R's to review everything and rewrite your goal, because you're learning so much here that you need to consider when you think about your new goal. So praxis again. So you have your C-type goal. Now, your beliefs. Are your beliefs actually supporting you to achieve that goal? And then you can either say, yes, my beliefs are supporting it. Then you have to ask yourself, is my behavior supporting my belief? So these are 2 different things. Because sometimes we say that, yes, my beliefs are supporting my goal, but the behavior does not. So really examine that. So Thomas Jefferson said, nothing can stop the man with the right mental attitude from achieving his goal. Nothing on earth can help the man with the wrong mental attitude. Now, how is this powerful? Especially, first of all, of course, we have to lead ourselves, but also in network marketing, for example, how do I know who it is that I want to actually spend time with, to work with? What I look at is the mental attitude of that person. Is that person progressing because they have the right mental attitude? Because nothing on earth can help that person if they have the wrong mental attitude. So why bother? And on the other hand, if a person has the right mental attitude, or at least willing to learn and is moving forward, that's exactly the kind of person that we all want to spend our time with. Okay, so let me just check the chat box for something relevant. Okay, so where did I studying. Hildy, can you post a picture of your book, as there is so many on the market that has been edited and I would like to get the most original edition? Yeah, sure I can. I will on the WhatsApp group. Okay. Hildy, what is the difference with sidekicks and law of attraction? Mary, what do you mean by that?
Okay, last night I was doing some training, Instagram training with the team, and then I followed Taylor Blue, and yesterday she popped up this question, the best sidekicks question mark. Since my life has flipped 180 in just a few months, I would like to know what else is in store for me and get more in touch with my spiritual side. But if your mindset's right and we believe in the law of attraction, which we do, then why does she need to go and be a psychic of what's going to happen? Because you predict your future. So what's the difference between a psychic and is it a difference, or she just? I don't get what she means.
I don't either. I don't know what she means by psychic. Oh,
when you read into like a glass ball, or they do the tarot card readings, or they tell you this is going to happen and this is going to happen, why does she need to see a psychic?
Well, because she doesn't know what we know, apparently. Okay, so Mary, this is the thing. A psychic can read energy. And the psychic can only read the energy that you're vibrating in right now. So that psychic can project. Now, it is somehow dangerous to go to a psychic, because that psychic...
I'm not going to one. I'm just...
No. I'm not saying that you are. I mean, you were asking. Well, I'm just giving you my opinion or what I know about psychic, okay? So, first of all, a psychic, a good one, can actually read your energy. Again, a good one. And then project that, okay, from reading your energy. But a bad one can actually... So when we were in Bangkok for my class trip, when I was in grade 10, we flew from Manila to Bangkok. One of my class... We were only 4 in class. We only had one boy. And he was so disturbed after he went to that psychic. I go like, what the hell are you thinking? And then he said, well, she said, I'm going to kill someone in this psychic. I go like, what the? And I'm like, why did you believe her? Right? Now, if that psychic is a bad psychic, he just put an idea into his mind that he freaking believes. And if he believes it, he's actually going to do it. I don't know where he is right now. I don't really want to know, I think. But you know what I mean? So a good psychic can only read your current energy and project from that energy. And that psychic will probably be right, okay? But whatever the psychic tells you, you can change it, because you can change your vibration. And the good thing is you know how to change your vibration if you just study this. Okay?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for answering that.
All right.
Thank you.
Welcome. So the law of attraction, by the way, is real, but it's a secondary law to the law of vibration. Okay? So whatever you send out comes back to you. Which is funny. Whatever you send out comes back to you. I have another story, because the other day I gave my mom like a significant amount of money, right? Because we're staying here. I didn't, I wanted to contribute. And today she took me shopping and spent the exact same amount on me. So that was cool. Whatever I put out comes back. Okay. So, Banny, I am so grateful that I've canceled the lunch with other people to be on the call. Wow. If you want to live the life you want, you got to do the things that enable you to live that life. Ooh, I love that. So true. Oh, Gabriella says, I love that, Bernie. Abraham Hicks talks about psychics. Angelique says, oh, maybe you want to have a listen to that, Mary. That means she will spend a lot on me too. My mom. All right. Okay, let's continue. So Bob says attitude is without question everything. Now, when Bob said that, I was like, okay, so it probably is worth really digging deep into what attitude actually really means if he says it's without question everything. William James said, human beings could alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind. I heard that when he wrote that, it was a whole new concept, a whole new idea that people were like, what? Wow. I mean, is that really true? So they were trying it out. But today, as I said earlier, with having you guys especially, it's just so nice that it's just the most natural thing in the world. Like, I don't know how you feel, but I'm like, duh. Okay, so Joanne, I think this was the one that I was referring to. Let people know genius is not so much talent as it is attitude. It is a decision that you can do well at anything you make up your mind to do. Yes, this is the one that I meant, Joanne. So you sold your salon, and now, you know, you are going to do something completely new, which is really, really exciting. And you just have to make a decision that you can do well at anything you make up your mind to do. Now you can do whatever it is you want to do and just make that decision that you'll be good at it. Bob was saying in one of the recordings that there was some sport, waterboarding or so, I don't know how you call it. That he said he has never done it before, but he believed that he could do it, even though he hasn't ever done that before. I love that. You know, I want to tell myself as well, like, if I want to do it, just because I haven't done it before doesn't mean I can't do it. Actually, it's because I haven't done it before, I know I can do it. That is an excellent thing to get into your subconscious mind. So when your attitude is right, the facts don't count. I have heard this tons of time. When your attitude is right, the facts don't count. And then recently I was thinking, let me dissect this a little bit more and understand it more and see what else is in there in that one sentence. So I looked into fact. Okay, what is a fact? This word that we were given, a fact, F-A-C-T. Somebody has put that together, those 4 letters, and made the word fact out of it. A thing that is indisputably the case. Again, indisputably, indisputable, what does that mean? Unable to be changed or denied. So it's like, you know, it's, I don't know how else to say it, like scraped in a stone or whatever. Wow, I mean, these are big claims. I think that is indisputably the case and unable to be challenged or denied. So when people now say to me, well, it is a fact, I truly understand that it is not. Like, you know, a fact, what they call a fact, is actually just the evidence of somebody thinking a thought long enough that it showed up in their reality. And because it showed up in one person's reality, others observed it and believed it and created it again for themselves. And then eventually, you know, enough people have said, it's true, it's a fact. Like, for example, I mean, like, you know, when a tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound? To most people, yes, it is a fact that it makes a sound. But actually, when you really understand this, if there are no ears to listen, to hear that tree fall onto the ground, then the tree does not make a sound. I mean, you know, that's something that you really need to wrap your head around, because wow, it took me a while to understand that. So what he's saying is, when your attitude is right, and attitude is what we're studying right now, okay, the facts don't count. Whatever reality others are living, it doesn't need to be a reality if we don't want it to be. So everything is your choice. The only thing that can grow is the thing you give energy to. And you have a choice what you give your energy to. How is it that I create my own reality? This is a question that a lot of people ask. I asked this for a long time as well. How do I turn my thoughts into things? You know, I've been studying and studying and studying and studying because I freaking wanted to know the answer to these two questions. And I can tell you, I have been studying this since I was in grade school because, well, anyway, I won't tell you the story because of the lack of time, but I had a situation where, like, oh my God, I just want to be in control. So this is how it works, okay? We have a conscious mind. Now, lesson 4. We have a conscious mind here, which can either accept or reject information that we hear with our ears, or that somebody is thinking in their minds and we pick it up. Those are the same with those, okay? And we can choose if we accept it or we reject it. Now, this is a drawing. I love this. Alex did this. So Alex was one of my first clients when I did TIR, and I just love this drawing. Look, there is an idea that comes in which is negative, and it just goes out. And then the positive, it allows it to go in. And so this is a happy person because they're positive in the conscious, positive in the subconscious, and positive in the body, which then we vibrate out and we get a positive reaction back. So our life is positive. So he sent me this picture, and he didn't have time to answer if I'm allowed to use it, but then I'll just acknowledge that he did it, and I said to him I'm going to send him a copy of the recording because I just think this is really brilliant. And another thing, well, this is my win, okay? I just had to put it because Alex sent this to me. When I posted on Facebook that I'm going to write my book, he sent me this picture, and I am so honored, and I want to share it with you. He wrote here, here's my name. He said, this is where my book is going to be, because this is where it belongs. And I was like, oh my God, you know, beside Bob Proctor and here Napoleon Hill. So gosh, I'm beaming. I'm just so happy and so grateful. Okay, so let's continue. So the subconscious mind must accept any image, cannot differentiate between that which is real or just imagined. Now, that is really to our advantage. It is to our advantage that the subconscious mind cannot choose. It must accept an image that you put into it. So how do we do that? Through repetition, right? We just have to be disciplined at repetition. The subconscious mind has to accept. And now, if we have a positive here in the conscious, a positive in the subconscious, we then automatically have a positive in the body. We can choose to either accept the negative ones that will not serve us, or accept only the positive ones that will serve us. Accept only those that are in harmony with the goal that you've chosen. Okay? And everything else, just like in the drawing of Alex, put it out. And then let your attitude be A++. So a positive A++ in your conscious and what you're thinking, in your subconscious and what you're feeling, and in your body, how you're acting. So there is good in everything. The more you look for it, the more you're going to find, as Bob says. Now, some of you know that we visited this lady, Michiko. She is a Nu Skin leader. It's incredible. Like, she has sponsored underneath her the biggest leader in Japan. And her story was that she was living a really, really good life because her husband he was a CEO of a company. He was Swiss and was a CEO of a company in Hong Kong. And then one day he came home and said, I quit my job. And she was like, oh, okay, what are we going to do now? And then she was talking about how her husband tried to find a new job, but he was overqualified. Nobody wanted him. And he was so troubled, she said, that he wouldn't sleep at night. And in the morning, when they woke up, she would see him really, really pale because he didn't sleep all night and he was scared. And, you know, her attitude was phenomenal. She goes like, okay, so let's just go back to Switzerland because the education for the kids are free there. They're being taken care of. And you could just like drive a taxi or whatever, and I will find something as well. And then I love that. She said at that moment where she said that, all the weight that he was carrying was lifted from him. He was like, that's true. We don't need to maintain this lifestyle, right, that they were having. And then she remembered that Kaoru, her sponsor in Nu Skin, was talking about that those products that she was using, she could build a business around that. And wow, and that's where everything started for her. She had a burning desire because we asked her, so what was it that you wanted out of the Nu Skin business? And she didn't think about the bags or anything like that, or the shoes. She just wanted to be able to take care of her family at the beginning. So wow, what an incredible story. And she also said that afterwards, she's been so grateful that what happened actually happened, because or else she wouldn't have been doing Nu Skin, right? And she sponsored, as I said, one of the biggest leader in Japan. So wow, she's now retired, and this is her apartment. We were on the, I think, 49th floor or something like that. Okay, so good things come to those with a positive attitude. The key points. Wait, let me just check the time. I don't have my phone here. Please, honey, can you please tell me the time? Because you have our time. If you're on. Okay, probably not. Sorry, wait, let me just.
Yep.
You've got 20 minutes.
Okay, good, thanks. You know what? I'll just get my phone so that I can check the time. Okay, so key points. There is a power flowing to and through you. As it flows into your consciousness, you're going to make it either positive or negative by virtue of the thoughts that you choose. So the law of polarity says everything has an opposite. You can only focus on one polarity at a time. You cannot be both positive and negative. So again, you get to choose, right? It's either you're feeling good or you're feeling bad. The conscious mind has the ability to accept, reject, or ignore any information, idea that comes into your mind, either from the outside or, that you've generated in your head because you're just so used to thinking those thoughts in that frequency. When someone shares information that is negative, reject it. Don't entertain it. Don't internalize it. Just brush it off. The conscious mind is the thinking mind. It's where our intellectual factors live. So, lesson 5. Whatever is impressed upon the subconscious mind, which is here, this is the subconscious, controls the vibration of the body. So this is directly linked, right? But these two are directly linked as well, the conscious and the subconscious. So all three are directly linked. Your vibration is dictated by the ideas that you impress upon your subconscious mind. Negative ideas move you into a bad vibration, and positive ideas move you into a positive vibration. So I just found this picture and I thought, wow, this is the paradigm that most of us, got. So look at this. The heart, it says here, utter nonsense, and adult responsibilities over here, and the brain is saying this way, heart, right? But now we know that the heart, or the subconscious, so the Greek call the heart, the subconscious, the heart, or that's what they mean by the subconscious. This is actually what we need to follow. The subconscious, what excites us. This is actually the way. Look at how backwards, how, we were actually taught the exact opposite of what we were supposed to do. No wonder it took a while for a lot of us, and we're still on it on some. We've already come pretty far. It's amazing to see the transitions of every one of you, every single one of you. Wow. I just have the stories in my head, and I just love it so much. So we actually have to follow our highest excitement, even if it seems like utter nonsense, because that's actually the way to go. The subconscious mind can only accepts everything that comes to it as real. It cannot differentiate between what is real and what is imagined. So the more we use our imagination to our favor, like what Gabriella was talking about earlier on the call. I don't know if that was already recorded for those who are listening back. I may not have recorded that, but she's using her imagination more and more and more. If we live in that imagined reality all day long, well, by law, it has to happen even in the physical. But when it happens to us, it's like a duh. It's not, we won't be surprised. We won't be bouncing off the hills happy because something happened that we didn't expect. We expected it because we were already living it. We would even forget that something else was actually present in the manifested world because we've already been living in our imagined reality for days. So know what is happening around you, but be in control of what is happening within you. Now, here are some things that I tell myself when I need to tell myself them, okay? Whatever it is that I'm going through, sometimes I just tell myself, you know what, this too shall pass. Or I'll know what I need to know when I need to know it. It's all good, Or I'll figure it out. I just tell myself, I'll figure it out. Or I say, I don't have to know it this red hot minute, it'll come to me. And then I go back to, I'll know what I need to know when I need to know it. That's all. I'm really trying to be really nice to myself, So it is what it is. What do I want? Well, sometimes I'm in a vibration where I actually can say, it is what it is. What do I want now? Sometimes, I have to say, oh my goodness, it's so in my face, but never mind. This too shall pass. I'll figure it out, just soothing myself, being loving to myself. Or sometimes say, that's interesting. How did that happen? I wasn't conscious about vibrating that way. Or I was conscious about vibrating that way. It's like, oh my gosh, I know how it happened. So, or I'll just say, I'll just relax, maybe have a massage, and then go back to, this too shall pass. I'll figure it out. And then I ask myself, how does Source see it? What is the perception of Source? Because I want to be in alignment, and being in alignment means that the thoughts that I think are actually in alignment with the way Source sees it. And then if I think the way Source thinks about it, then I really feel it by feeling magnificent and happy and aligned, and I just know that the whole world belongs to me, and that I create my own reality, and that nobody can actually hinder me from whatever it is that I'm wanting, and I'm actually living it in my imagination, and I'm just smiling all day, and it's just really beautiful. So I love the 8th question. So the body is an instrument of the mind, right? It does exactly what the mind tells it to do. Now, whatever is going on in your body, for example, okay, I'll tell you what the most interesting, challenging thing for me is right now. It's like my body, okay, after giving birth, how my body has changed. And when I got to the Philippines, my mom goes like, "Oh my gosh, I hope you lose your weight." I've never seen you this fat. She goes like, and I got it from a lot of people because they've never seen me. It takes you like about a year to get back to my normal body, and they've never seen me like with a little bit more weight. So this is what I'm dealing with right now. So my attitude is really being practiced with this subject. So if we understand how the mind functions, we can control the outside world. We don't want the outside world to control us. We want to control the outside world, right? So I'm like, Hildy, it's okay. I'm just I keep on talking to myself every single day, right? And then the thing is, I love the food in the Philippines. And then you will associate things that, okay, this is what's going on in my mind, right? Oh my gosh, most people associate a lot of eating to gaining weight. And like, am I going to buy into that belief? Like, no, I'm not going to buy into that belief. I don't want to buy into that belief, no matter how difficult it is right now for me. And then I could either say, okay, I will eat less. I will starve. I won't eat the food I want to eat. And I won't have the ice cream at lunch and at dinner and da-da-da-da-da. And then I was thinking, but if I do that, then I'm being really hard on myself. I'll be in a negative vibration. So that's not the way to go either. So I'm just like on this, how do I describe it? It's like I'm just talking to myself seriously, constantly with my mind, trying to find the most loving thought that I can find about the situation, right? Because I do not want the outside world to control me. I'll just control the outside world. So what is interesting, so what has happened, because I've been working on this, like a couple of days ago, my mom was like, oh, you know what? You don't look as, failed in that whatever it is that you're wearing right now, the way you did when you came. So I was like, yes, I'm going towards the right direction, because I've been working on my mental thing. I haven't been working physically. I've been working on my mind, right? Because I'm eating more than ever before. But I've been working on my mind. I see you guys having comments there. I haven't read them yet. I'm looking forward to reading them. But seriously, I just want to be as kind as I can be to myself, and I know I'm figuring it out. Because everyone in my family, actually both mother and father side, are all overweight. I am actually, and my dad are the only ones who are not. So I've got deep paradigms that I can, master. Let's just put it that way. Okay. So if you are mentally and physically in a bad vibration, that is all you can attract to you. Vibration dictates what you attract. Move into a positive vibration and you begin to attract like energy. Okay, so you get to choose. Okay, now I want to see the comments. Ooh, 13. Let's see. Okay. Actually, thank you for saying I'm beautiful. Guy said I slapped her mother for this verbally. But you know what? I create my own reality. So nobody's doing anything to me. She's just reflecting back to me what I'm thinking myself. Rob's like, no violence allowed, mate. Verbally. Okay. Asian mothers are very verbally abusive. Yes, lol. Actually, my mom is extremely loving. She's just very, what we call realistic. How some people call themselves realistic. So Gabriella says, love how you protect your beautiful wife. Oh, guys, says, I wasn't impressed by it when her mom is a little overweight. Well, there it goes again. Moms only want the best for us, right? And if they don't know that the energy, whatever it is we put our energy onto grows, they don't know that. You know, we were programmed to actually look at the problem, which creates even more problems, right? So it's really extremely powerful what we're learning here. All right. Rob says, over here we call it not fat but temporary oversight. I like the word temporary. Thank you. All right. One last thing. Since I'm breastfeeding, I cannot even wear something fit because of the movements I have to make when I breastfeed in public, right? So the things that I'm wearing right now very loose, which doesn't make it easier for me. But I'm like, this is an attitude exercise. This is an attitude exercise. This too shall pass. Okay, so I told you what I'm going through, and I'm growing. All right. So your attitude is a composite of your thoughts, feelings, and actions. There's 3 puzzle pieces that belong together, okay? Attitude is when you have all 3. It is the foundation of either failure or success. See, that is a big sentence. It is the foundation of either failure or success. Attitude is a very, very big lesson to study. Here you go. Thoughts, feelings, and actions. We want it to be aligned. We want it to be an A++. So ask yourself and be constantly aware. Am I in control of my attitude, or am I allowing others, people, media, bank account, age, or in my case, the mirror, conditions and circumstances control my attitude? Okay, do this exercise. So the stick person and the situation. So whatever situation you're in, what are your thoughts about it? What are your feelings about it? What are your actions? In your business, ask yourself the same thing. What are you thinking? Are you thinking that your business is thriving? Are you thinking that it's getting bigger? Or, are you thinking, I've seen other people, they go up and then go down again. Or are you actually holding with your will that your business will just thrive and go bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger? We were talking, so my parents have a company that they sold, and they own just 20% of it, and they sold 80% of it. And Guy was asking them, so it was bought 15 years ago. And from that time, they said they've only grown. Like, in 15 years, they've only grown. How amazing is that? Like, they said 10 times. So isn't that incredible? It is possible. It doesn't have to be, good year, bad year, good year, bad year. It can constantly grow. Same with the finances and your health. It just can get better and better and better as we age. We don't have to deteriorate. Though that's a paradigm that was passed on, but we don't need to believe it. We don't need to choose that. We can choose that the older we get, the better we get, the healthier we get. So your social life and all other topics that are important to you. So how to make someone like you using your attitude. This is Abraham, okay? We want you to stop caring about what anybody else's response is to you. And when you get there, they'll all really, really like you. It's the strangest thing. When you need their approval, you never get it. And when you don't need their approval, you're so tuned in, everybody wants to be with you. Isn't that fun? Really ingrain this in your subconscious mind. Just love yourself. So our greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. William James. So if we want to live a life of well-being, always being happy and calm and relaxed, we can choose the positive thoughts. Again, law of polarity, everything's there, everything's available, both the positive and negative, but we get to choose. And when we choose one, we cannot experience the other. So whatever we choose, we experience. And that's such a big, big, big gift, especially if you know it to be true and you can use it, and because you know the information. So W. Clement Stone said, there is little difference in people, but that little difference makes a big difference. The little difference is attitude. The big difference is whether it is positive or negative. So some time ago, we said that with whatever happens to us, right, we're going to say, that's good, that's good, that's good. So ask yourself if you're still doing that, because some miraculous things have happened while we were doing that, right? For everything that happens, doesn't matter how bad it seems, we just say that's good, because whatever meaning we give to something is actually the meaning we get out of it. If we tell ourselves that whatever that thing is that's happening, it's good, it will be good. That's the meaning that we get out of that situation. So attitude is really the key to everything we are ever going to achieve. Again, attitude, the thoughts, the feelings, and actions. Attitude is really the key to everything we are ever going to achieve. Isn't that fun? Okay, so bad attitude, we get bad results. Fair attitude, we get fair results. Good attitude, we get good results. Excellent attitude, we get excellent results. It's really that simple. Now you know what attitude is. So we want to be like this. In the conscious mind, I'm so grateful. Our thoughts, right? I'm so grateful. So let's say, you want to have 1,000 in your wallet, but you only have 500. You can still say, oh, I'm so grateful. And then actually feel grateful that you actually have 500 instead of saying, oh, where's the other 500? Be grateful, feel grateful, because this gratitude is what will actually draw more, bring you more. And then in the body as well, we have to say, I'm grateful. So sometimes, I pat myself in the back. I just tell myself, I'm so grateful for you. Or here, radiate the attitude of well-being and confidence. The attitude of the person who knows where they're going. So again, this is what you radiate, okay? Live this day after day after day, like moment after moment. Just radiate the attitude of well-being and confidence. The attitude.
Jody,
Yeah.
Can I share what we learned from Michiko about this, because this relates very much to what she said about Koru.
Okay, so if it's quick, because we have 2 minutes, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so when we caught up with this Japanese lady Michiko, who's done really well in New Skin, she wasn't really interested in the business, but what she was interested in was this lady Koru, who was maybe a year or two into the business, and it was her presence, her confidence, her attitude, how positive she was. And she's just going, okay, something's up with this business. And then when she met the husband, who's a very successful pilot for Cathay Pacific, she's going, okay, she was just fascinated in them as people. And they were just radiating this well-being and confidence, and they knew exactly where they were going, which was to the top.
Oh, yes. Thank you for sharing that. I mean, absolutely. I mean, who would you rather spend your time with? You have two people in front of you. One has a negative attitude, always thinking negatively. This is what's going to go wrong, and always complaining, and feeling bad about, oh, this happened to me, and I'm a victim, whatever. Da 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 da. And you have this other person saying, oh my goodness, it's such a wonderful day. I wonder what else is going to happen. And have you seen the flower? Oh, it's so beautiful. And then just radiating like positive thoughts, positive feelings, and, radiating that vibration. And this person actually comes up to you with a smile, unlike the other one with a frown. And this person actually gives you a hug. And with that hug, you feel the positive energy, radiating, and while that positive person is hugging you, you feel their energy flow through you. Now, I find it really interesting because Bob says that, see, Guy, I'm thinking about you more now than I do Bob. Okay, so
because I'm more powerful than Bob now.
I love that. Okay, So he's saying, well, if you do not believe that when you touch a person that that's doing something to that person, then, you know, touch an what you call this, like electrical something, because you as a person have a lot of water inside you. You are a, do you call it a catalyst? There's something that actually where the energy moves through. Okay, so when that person hugs you, you actually feel, I mean, something happens to that connection, that person who's in a positive vibration brings it over to you and you feel it. So yeah, so positive, you know, people with a positive attitude are just so much more pleasant to be around. Okay, so radiate the attitude of well-being. So well-being, you know, lesson 7, the terror barrier, you will understand more of how to get into the vibration of well-being with lesson 7. And confidence, now that's lesson 6. If you study lesson 6, you will know more about how to radiate confidence. The attitude of the person who knows where they're going. Okay, here's the sick person in the thoughts, I'm already there, I've already achieved my goal. And in the feeling, I've already achieved my goal. So how do you get into the feeling of it? By using your imagination and feeling grateful for it. It might not be, you know, instant that you can do it because you're not used to feeling that way, because that's a goal that's far off and you've never achieved it before. So how do you know? But you can practice it. You know, you can practice it and practice it and practice it. And as you're vibrating to the best of your ability, law of attraction will bring more things and thoughts and people and circumstance and event to you to make you feel it even more and even more and even more and even more. You just got to start with where you are with what you've got. That's all. And just keep on moving in the right direction. But make sure that you have a direction to go to. You have a goal that you're in love with. Because without that, how do you know which direction to go? Okay? And even in your body, say, I'm there. I mean, for example, in network marketing, when you call a person, you know, believe that you are already successful. Because if you call that person thinking, oh, I hope he's going to join, you know, like you're in doubt, of course that person's not going to join. And, you know, if you're in doubt, you're in a negative vibration, right? So again, attitude, your thoughts, feelings, actions. So no matter what you do in this next week, check your attitude while you're eating, when you're about to call somebody, when you're about to meet somebody, while you're observing something on the street, while you're observing it. Are your thoughts actually positive or are you judging? You know, like just really focus on knowing what your attitude is, your thoughts and your feelings and your actions towards whatever it is that life is all about now. Okay? So my best friend is the one who brings out the best in me. So be your own best friend. Be the one that brings out the best in yourself. Okay, that's my last slide. Okay, anything else? Let me check the chat box. Let me know if there's anything else or anything you want to share or aha moments or... Angelique says conducting energy, law of resonance. Yeah. Okay, Joanne said she has to sign off. All right. Have a great day. Thank you for the call, Hildy. Fantastic. Okay, if there's nothing else, then, oh, you know, next week I'll be in the plane again. So I will message you guys. Probably we'll do it either Wednesday or Thursday. So I'll message you guys, okay? Have a great day.
Have a great time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you staying?
Ciao.
Thank you, Hildy.
Thank you.
Are you staying on, Hildy?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.